The time has come. Team Affinity Season 4 is coming rapidly into Diamond Dynasty this week. 30 new diamonds, one for every franchise. Who knows? Maybe 32 diamonds in a couple years if they ever expand. I know everybody talks about like Vegas getting a team. How about Minnesota gets a team? I'm not even going to start on this Twins rant. Just know my pocketbook is happy that postseason tickets will not have to be purchased this year, it seems. Let me know your predictions for Team Affinity Season 4 in the comments section down below. We have some reveals, and we're going to be predicting all the rest of the lot. So leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it fucking going. So, Legends of the Franchise featured program, or is, you know, layman's term, Team Affinity. It's the same shit, except you just don't get all of them. SDS's greed seeped through. You only get 18. Presumably, I'm guessing it's going to be 18, like the All-Star Season 3, Team Affinity. We see some big names here for sure, right? Definitely some ones that we have been looking for quite some time, such as Wade Boggs as the Tampa Bay Rays legend of the franchise. I don't know about you, but as soon as I think of the Rays and the Devil Rays, Wade Boggs comes to mind. Which is funny. I don't know if you guys have heard of this tale before, but somebody on the Rays tried to bribe Wade Boggs to tell the Hall of Fame committee that he wanted to go in wearing a Rays hat just so the heck I'd have some representation. That you gotta help but not feel bad for them. It's tough. They really don't have any other options. In terms of legends, SDS just denotes somebody who's no longer playing, so that doesn't count like Longoria. And hold your horses here. I want to hear your predictions, but don't expect, oh, is Carl Crawford going to be coming in? Oh, is Barry Bonds going to be the Giants? Don't expect new legends coming in. If you go in with low expectations, you can't possibly be disappointed. But I think we've hit a good spot with content right now. So Wade Boggs is going to be the Rays one right there, which is funny because he would be a Red Sox, except there's Cy Young for the Red Sox. You know what? He's a McCutcheon morsel. He is going to go into the new collection, which is also dropping on Friday. I'll have a video talking about that tomorrow. And again, note that these are the same card art as the face of the franchise. So I'd imagine that jumbles up into one collection. Maybe it's two different ones, but I'd think it's the same collection, kind of like it was in MLB 20. So Cy Young is the Red Sox card. We have Sean Green for the Blue Jays, who I am excited about. Sean Green, the best way I could say it, he's going to kill righties. He's going to hold his own against lefties. Have like mid-70s fielding and mid-60s speed. He's going to be a perfectly serviceable card. He's not going to be like abhorrently bad as someone like Brooks Robinson would be. And that's where you kind of start to think, like, what exactly kind of cards are we going to get? As we do see Jorge Posada. So, big picture right here, as we zoom out, it's tough to say as far as what kind of cards we're going to get. If I had to make an educated guess, I wouldn't think that we're going to see like last year where we had a Max Frank Thomas come into fruition. I don't think that is ensuing. I don't think we're going to see Willie Mays, a Hank Aaron. My guess would be we're going to get a lot of the stopgap legends that need cards regardless, just because they got to make do on the money that they pay these guys each year for their likeness rights. They'll have to utilize them in some way by giving out these bastards for free. Yeah, put Cy Young in a fucking pack, in a chase pack. You'll make millions. But Jorge Posada, I'm very excited about. Of course, he is always a fan favorite when it comes to Diamond Dynasty. Switch hitting catcher. He's got good power, good contact. He's very balanced both ways. The only thing with him is the speed, of course. But there's worse things to not have, I suppose. Like clutch. If his clutch was lower. His drag bunt, for God's sakes. I don't even want to think about that possibility. But those are the first 5. Let me know what you guys think. Again, if we get 18, I would assume you'd be able to pick 2 or 3 rather per pack. I'd probably go Boggs, Green, and Posada. But of course that leads into some fun. What other cards are we going to see knowing what we know now? So we're going to go ahead and predict all of them. We're going to start out with the Chicago White Sox. Again, as I mentioned, legends somebody who is retired. So I can't put Jose Abreu in here. I can't say Luis Robert or Dylan Cease. Oh, you know what? Dylan Cease could be retired and they still wouldn't give him a card. They hate Dylan Cease. I don't know what it is. Both MLB and MLB The Show has some sort of coalition against this man. He won't stop performing, but you wouldn't know it based off the game here. For the White Sox, I've got 2 predictions, but this one, immediately, it's tough. Because a lot of the big White Sox legends we've already gotten cards for, like Aparicio, who no doubt people would want to see here. I'm going to guess Ray Durham. He's going to be my big pick. He's fun in the game, I will say that. Is he exactly 99 overall caliber? Probably not, and he was probably a better hitter when he went to the Giants, but, you know, it'd be a fun card. If you can get up to like 85 power, contact into like the 110, something like that. It could be a very fun card. My other guess would be Canerco. Only problem is they just dropped this card. It came out like 3 weeks ago. So I don't know if they're too soon to double dip on some Paulie K, but we'll see. If it is, it's going to be another first baseman, which, again, that's going to be a tough thing. But 30 diamonds, and presumably 60. Because if you guys remember, they did a boss for each of the teams, and then they also had a henchman card. So it's probably going to be 2 per. The former Indians, now Guardians, I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's going to be Larry Doby. That's my prediction here. Only problem with him is he's never been a huge contact hitter, although right here, it's not bad from his 1950 season. If you can tune that up, there's not a specific formula they use for these Face of the Franchise or Legends of the Franchise cards, so, 45 pounds. That's a perfect fly ball, barely leaving the infield if you're lucky, if the wind's blowing 50 miles an hour due north. But we'll see. Some other guesses, I'll leave some other ones. Kenny Lofton, Bob Feather is another one who I think is very possible. They're probably not going to reuse some of the former program bosses, so that is going to be a little bit of a hitch into my predictions right here. For the Tigers, long tenured history, but they don't have a ton of great options here. I'm going to guess Alan Trammell. You know what? He's going to have a lot of contact, and that's about it. No power, no speed really to speak of whatsoever, but he's probably the best candidate. Him and his turtleneck and all right there. It's going to get chilly. Those bats going to be chilly. It's not going to be cracking too hot for him. But a more fun guess would be Curtis Granderson, who I'd really love to see. They brought him back this year as a new legend. He got a Silver Slugger card. Problem with this, attribute dysfunction. There's no contact. But if he had contact and he had like 90 speed, like in his Tigers days, hitting 19 triples and, the modern day polo grounds that is Comerica Park, he'd be really fun to see as their card right there. The Kansas City Royals, I'm just going to guess this right now. If I'm wrong, we'll do some sort of giveaway. It's going to be Brett Saberhagen. For better or for worse, it's going to be Brett. I can almost guarantee you. We've already gotten Brett, so now we just got to get the one nobody wants. The Twins actually have a lot of really good options. I'm going to guess Torrey Hunter as the one who I think it's going to be. But truly, they could go with Killebrew. They could go Walter Johnson. They could go Joe Mauer, although I don't think they will. There's a lot of catchers that I'm going to predict here, and I think Joe Mauer is just a little too big to put here. It's kind of my overall thought here. I don't think we're going to get Willie Mays. I don't think we're going to get Hank Aaron. Obviously, we didn't see like Babe Ruth for the Yankees. Posada's really good, but we're probably going to see more stopgap legends, like I said. Joe Nathan would also be a fan-fucking-tastic card to put in right here. Last year, he got released way too late. You put him in right now with near max per nines hitting K per nine with that repertoire. He's going to be damn good. We're kind of at a slight as far as righty relievers go, and he's going to fit on a lot of teams. So, Torrey Hunter's my pick, but you really can't go, no, you can't go wrong. Walter Johnson's not a Twin, damn it. I mean, he played in, 1907. Yeah, I believe it or not, wasn't really around to watch those games, nor was he even wearing a TC on his cap. But technically, he is a part of that franchise. Moving into the next division here, we got the Astros. My guess is Roy Oswalt. There's also a chance for J.R. Richard right here, who's not seen really that good of a card yet. He's a 3 fastball guy, throws them at all the same velocities essentially. He does have outlier in the 4 seam, but I don't know. I have not seen this card more than I think twice, and he didn't see more than about 4 innings when I faced him. He's not the best option, but Royale would be my prediction for the Astros, since they've kind of had a lot of their big guys revealed now. Billy Wagner, Bagwell, Nolan Ryan, Biggio. Moving to the Angels right here. They've got a couple. Could be Tim Salmon, could be Troy Gloss. Jared Weaver would be a very fun one, but I think it's going to be the Fishman. I think it's going to be Tim Salmon. Get another one of those guys, a lot of hitting, a lot of nothing else. You know, the Angels don't have a cream of the crop legends really to their favor. Troy Gloss could be interesting. This card, if you look past the contact right, is really great. If you just kind of block that out and you just don't look at it, it's really a great, phenomenal card, truly. The A's, I am very excited about. They have a lot of ones. They can go wrong, but it's going to be hard to. They could go Ricky Henderson, Dennis Eckersley, Jimmy Fox, Lefty Grove. My hope is that we get Ricky Henderson. I think he always gets his cards too late, and they never juice him up quite enough. Ricky Henderson, he was a good power hitter. He should have good power. Maybe they save for a retro finest to really boost up Ricky, but who cares? It's pixelated card art. Why is that going to hinder you on making a card good? Why should that adhere to our fun? You know, the A's are known for having fun, especially at the, you know, the nosebleeds of their seats. A lot of fun happens. Same thing at Rogers Center. A couple of brothels, I guess, well, A's make sense. Cancel enough seats. Might as well just allow sex in the top of the outfield there. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. The Mariners, again, kind of tough. Felix Hernandez, they lost his rights. Ken Griffey Jr., it's probably not going to happen. Again, I don't think we're just going to see the top Griffey randomly placed in Team Affinity 4. It's like, yeah, hey Oriole fans, here's Brooks Robinson. No, Mariners, you guys get a jacked fucking Griffey, 99 overall. My guess, Edgar Martinez. It's possible Jay Buhner, but Edgar kind of makes the most sense. Mariners are in a tough spot as far as the game goes right now. They lost Ichiro, Felix Hernandez. They've already gotten the top Randy, likely. So him. Yeah. Yeah, probably my guess. Rangers, I'm going to go ahead and pick a big one or bigger one. Ivan Rodriguez. He's not always loved in Diamond Dynasty, so that's why I think it's a great time to put him out. Don't wait until like November, until Thanksgiving. We're watching, you know, the Cowboys lose yet again. And then, oh, notification, Ivan Rodriguez, new boss alert. Ooh-wee. Yeah, now's the time to put him out. Well, you can still give him like low 90s power, ton of contact, max defense, and 70 plus speed. I think that could be a very good catcher right now. Michael Young, also a possibility. It's hard to make him too much better, I would say. His contact's nearly maxed out. It's kind of like the Clemente situation we're going to run into next week here. All right, super speed time. I didn't realize I'm being so goddamn slow right now. Albert Pujols currently runs faster. He's running up faster on that home run list than anything else. I'm very fucking excited, man. He's 3 away. I think he's going to do it. Especially if he plays the Pirates. I think he has 8 more games. So sure, he might beat Babe. Tom Glavine is my pick here for the Braves. They've got a lot. They could go Maddox, Eddie Matthews, Warren Spahn, Joe Torre. Tough to go wrong. All those are pretty good options, but I think Tom Glavine, it's time to put in one of their big core 3. I don't know if John Smoltz. I remember like 2 years ago when he had like 7 cards. I guess the Salvador Perez treatment from last year. I'm going to guess A.J. Burnett here for the Marlins. They've had him before as their Team Affinity pick. He does get 5 pitches. He won't be a 4-pitch Sally right here, so he will be a little bit better. He's usually pretty good. He's usually a nice budget option of the game. Gary Sheffield, another possibility. They always put him on different teams for his best cards. He was a journeyman in all sense of the word. So I don't know. He could get it for the Marlins, but it's definitely going to be one of those two. Another team with not too many options right there. The Mets, honestly, I have no clue. Because Piazza, former program boss. Tom Seaver, former program boss. Carlos Delgado just doesn't really make sense. You know, if he's going to get a better card, probably with the Blue Jays. Keith Hernandez, they just dropped his card with the Cardinals, and you know, I don't know if we need to double dip on Keith Hernandez. Truly, this card's in too many lineups right now. There's no need, and everybody's Using him, you can only possibly have one at your lineup at any given time. Just calm down. I'm gonna guess Tom Seaver. That being said, John Franco is another possibility, but that'd be pretty light. The Phillies, they cannot mess up on unless they go Mike Schmidt. Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, Ryan Howard. This is the perfect team. They got so many guys from our youth, I'll say, make a generalization on who's watching right here. Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, if they had respectable contact left, would be phenomenal. And then also a Jimmy Rollins card, which we haven't seen even a mediocre one. Just lists. So I'm very excited for the Phillies. The Nationals, I'm going to guess Andre Dawson. This card, he was decent enough when he came out, but again, it's the whole problem with these POTM Lightning cards. You saw him, it was like, cool, he's going to be my starting center field or right fielder. Nope, actually, he's not available for another month. Thanks, though. Thanks for nothing. Gary Carter, Vlad is a possibility, although I don't think that's going to happen. He's a 97. I'm going to guess he's one of the big guys that's going to have to get a program boss later. But Gary Carter, also possibility. They usually flip-flop between him and getting National and Mets or Expos and Mets cards. I should say the Cubs here, they've got a couple good options. I would go Ryan Sandberg. I know he's not the sexiest pick, although he does look pretty nice in those stirrups right there. They need to bring stirrups back. It's a classic look. Anyway, I think he could be pretty good. This card I actually did enjoy, except he had no power left. He has a good template. Ryan Sandberg, always. They can make a good card from here, and it's going to be a lot better than the other options. Billy Williams, be like a pinch hitter, maybe. Like on the JV squad. Fergie Jenkins is a possibility. He's had in cards before that are okay. Bruce Sutter, his card looks like it'd be horrible. Actually pretty decent. The pitch velocity disparity is pretty good, which makes him usable enough for an only 3-pitch guy there. Moving on to the Reds. They've got some good options here. Joe Morgan, Barry Larkin, or Tom Seaver. I can't really see it being anybody else since we got 99 Johnny Bench out of the way, thankfully. Reds have gotten a lot of cards lately. And I think it will be probably Joe Morgan. That would be my pick. He's had good cards before. I think it was MLB 20. His XP card was pretty great. Barry Larkin, same thing, or no. Morgan had 19 XP card. Barry Larkin was XP in 20. Then Tom Seaver, if he doesn't get the Mets, maybe he gets the Reds. Who knows? Brewers, I'm going to guess the big bastard, Prince Fielder. 270 pounds in all. 270 power combined, hopefully. I don't love his swing. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know if it's the titty physics interviewing on him swinging. Just causing a hitch there. But something makes me not hit well with them. Regardless, I think it's a great spot to put in a card for him. First base spot deeper than the AFC West right now, if that's even possible. It's going to be a slaughterhouse in that division this year. Did you guys watch football? Your team win yesterday? You're the Packers fan. Your team didn't win, I'll tell you that. The Vikings, a big win to start off the year. Happy about it. But Prince Fielder's my guess. The alternative would be Paul Molitor. I will gladly suck it up and, try and hit with Prince Fielder if that's the case. Pirates, we're getting a new Clemente. They've got some options. Willie Stargell, possibility, really a bench bat pinch hitter. Not somebody I'd really even consider playing in my regular team unless I lost a bet. Putting him in the outfield, 65 fielding and 42 speed. Let me at him. Honus Wagner, possibility, but I think his best card's not going to be in this team affinity right here. Ralph Kiner, I really like this card. He was actually very underrated. I know what I just said about the defense, but Ralph, he's him. He counteracts it. Dave Parker, Jason Bay are also options technically. So we'll see for the Pirates, but my guess is Ralph Kiner. The Cardinals, of course, they've got huge history. They have a lot of options here. Bob Gibson's going to be my prediction. I think he hasn't really gotten a great card all year. He used to be one of my favorite pitchers in the game, and I want to see him bring him back to glory, especially BB9. This one's a 71. His top card, if he gets that into like the high 80s, low 90s, would be dominant. I really want to see good Bob Gibson. I don't even want to say it, but Ozzie Smith is a technical possibility. Lee Smith, Stan Musial, Jim Edmonds. But again, Stan the man was one of the program bosses in the past, so I don't think they're going to double up there unless they truly have no choice. The D-backs, this one should be pretty easy. Steve Finley, Luis Gonzalez, really the only two ones they could possibly have. I don't know. Luis Gonzalez usually is the cop-out right here, just gets the card. Give it to Steve Finley. I really liked his card last year as the Giants milestone from the collection. Give me that bastard again, along with, usable contact this time. Rockies, they just got Larry Walker. My guess, Todd Helton. Helton's fun. I love his swing. He usually has a shitload of contact and good enough power, high 90s-ish. Could be an intriguing little card there if they get an old-fashioned Coors boost. Vinny Casilla would be another option for them. Dodgers have a lot of options. A lot of ones they could go with, but personally, I think it's time for some Oral. That would really hit the spot right about now, this point of the year. Oral Hershiser, obviously what I'm talking about here, would be phenomenal. This card always great. Although this one didn't get a ton of use. I don't think they quite made him good enough at the current point where he was released. I think it was a BR. Yeah, he's one of the flawless rewards. But if they juice him up like years past Oral, would be really good. I really enjoy seeing that right there. Duke Schneider, Don Sutton, Eric Gagne, another couple options. Kirk Gibson too. I don't know if they would give him a higher card than this 94. MVP season, wrap it up. Padres, we're looking at probably Tony Gwynn. This is usually the best spot to put him. I mean, he's going to have more than 36 power. There's not much else they can upgrade. He's basically max on everything Tony was known to be good at. Let's just get a little crazy and go even up to the high 60s as far as power goes. It's not really the contact hitter's year, I don't think. There's just a lot of lineouts, especially for these guys that don't have the power to put them over the edge. So they're usable. They certainly are. You can get away with the contact hitter, but for the most part, if you had a choice, I'd probably pick somebody who has the contact and the power. Probably not going to start over Andrew McCutchen for me in center. Trevor Hoffman, another great possibility. The Giants, huge history, but they have like no good options here. No Barry Bonds, no Jeff Kent, no Buster Posey anymore. We're looking at either Willie McCovey, Juan Marichal, Christy Mathewson, or Rob Nen, as a reliever pick right there. My thought's going to be Willie. Give us another one of these bench bat pinch hitter types. Sure. Best out of the worst, I suppose. Marichal's decent. His event card was okay. There we go. That's going to wrap it up. 30 teams. 30 predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Team Affinity Force coming this Friday. I'm excited. We'll talk about collections tomorrow. Leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. There comes out.